The year is 2022. The Sharks are back in an all-new episode of Shark Tank, where hopeful entrepreneurs from across the country dream of a chance to secure an investment in powerful partners to start, grow, or save their businesses. If the Sharks hear a great idea, they're ready to invest using their own money, and they will fight each other for a piece of the action. But first, the entrepreneurs must convince the Sharks to invest the full amount they're asking for, or they will walk away with nothing. Who are the Sharks? They're self-made millionaire and billionaire investors who invest their own capital. Marianthi Hatzigeorgiou is the former Health and Human Services Secretary under the Palin Kushner administration, who successfully led the implementation of the Patient Reconciliation, Interoperability, and CARE Act. This paved the way for cutting red tape around information sharing in healthcare and reverting all 50 states to Medicaid block grants. She then started Mays Cabin Consulting, a healthcare consulting company that is so wildly successful, it put both Accenture and Deloitte's healthcare consulting practices out of business. Aaron Ledbetter is a serial entrepreneur who has started and sold multiple insurance companies, including Grouchy, the insurance for those who hate going to the doctor. He spends his time as a honey magnet of the Bee Honey Happy Co. and lives in the woods with his two cats, Rocco and Filbert. Eric Olson is an eccentric billionaire who made his money by investing in Bitcoin in 2010 and now spends his time lobbying in Washington, D.C. in an effort to create a national single-payer system and feeding pigeons in Lafayette Square. Shivani Patel is co-founder of Health First, an early-stage venture fund that supports startups in building the next generation of technologies transforming healthcare. In the year 2017, Health First supported the successful launch of the self-tracking pill, CU, a product which has dual use of providing therapeutic effect to patients and recording the patient's health statistics. Today, they are meeting with Matt Canner and Swapnil Sheth to discuss their business idea. Matt and Swapnil are two hotshot entrepreneurs who are the founders of Huxley Corporation, an up-and-coming startup in the burgeoning Seattle biotech scene.
Weren't you wearing a suit?
I was, but every day is casual Friday when you're your own boss, so yeah, I don't do that.
Hi Sharks! Today, I'm going to tell you about a product that is revolutionizing the way information is shared in healthcare. Tell me, who here has ever been to the hospital or the doctor's office and sat in a waiting room filling out forms? I know I have. Here's another example. When you relocate and change doctors, who here has gone through the headache of trying to make sure that their medical record is sent over to your new provider? That's the thing. It feels like nothing is easy in healthcare. Today, that changes. I present to you OmniChip, the first medical record and insurance card that lives in your wrist. It is a chip the size of a grain of rice that, when implanted in the wrist, functions invisibly with RFID technology. I have OmniChip in my wrist right now, and it is impossible to tell. Well, let me tell you how it works. When you first enter into a medical facility, our RFID scanners automatically scan your wrist, a lot like lifts at many ski resorts. This will transmit your insurance and medical record information to your physician and simplify your healthcare visit. In an emergency situation, first responders can easily access your information to ensure timely, accurate, and safe care. OmniChip makes healthcare easy and literally saves lives.
Today, we have come here to offer you a great deal of 20% equity of a company for $20 million.
Wow, that's a ton of money, 20 million. So where have you reached till now? What are your sales?
Okay, first of all, gentlemen, hello. Nice to see you again. We do know all of you. It's been a while, but thank you for the very well-rehearsed elevator pitch. I love hearing them.
We received FDA approval to market OmniChip at the end of 2021. In 2022, we sold 50,000 OmniChips at $200 a piece for $10 million in sales. All of these sales were through a partnership with Kaiser Permanente and were limited to Kaiser employees. Our RFID scanner sells for $650 and we sold 750 units. However, we sold these at cost to Kaiser to try and drive adoption of OmniChip technology. We recently announced a deal with Kaiser to begin making OmniChip available to the members.
What were the initial reviews from the users of OmniChip?
Well, they were extremely positive. All employees that used them loved them.
Okay, but what are your costs?
It cost us $75 to produce each OmniChip. Our total costs in 2021 were $20 million.
So you lost 10 million in your first year.
Most of this was upfront investment in our manufacturing capabilities. Based on first quarter results, we are on track to make a profit this year.
But you're not currently profitable. I don't understand your valuation. Why do you think Huxley Core is worth so much?
We currently have 9 patents for OmniChip and another 2 for our RFID scanner. Our products are unique and we really only have a single competitor who sells a vastly different product. We are also FDA approved, which is a huge barrier for entry for new competitors.
And most importantly, people love our product. What began as a pilot with Kaiser employees quickly blew away our expectations. Demand quickly exceeded our production capability, and we are working to scale up production and need capital to meet that demand. We are hoping to enter many new markets in the coming years.
Okay, so why do you need our money?
We need your money and collective expertise in meeting the exponentially growing demand for the product, as well as invest in marketing, advertising, and distributing our product on a national level. For this to be made possible, we will need to revamp our existing manufacturing infrastructure and extend our supply chain network to facilitate the anticipated growth and become a self-sustaining business within the next 4 years. We are looking to penetrate into the biggest health systems in the Midwest and East Coast in the next 3 years.
Okay, all this sounds good, but can you tell us what does the market profile look like for OmniChip?
Yes, sure. So our original intention was on increasing adoption and buy-in for our technology across clinics. And in order for that to materialize, we are looking to partner with insurance companies and integrated provider networks to increase customer access. Our goal is that customers can obtain the product through the insurance companies at the office, at the doctor's office, or at the local pharmacy.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your competitors and what sets OmniChip apart from the rest of them.
Our biggest competitor is Verichip. Their chip security is supported by run-of-the-mill biometric technology, whereas our chip has blockchain algorithm, which allows secure exchange of medical information in a seamless manner. This also has a big advantage when data needs to be transferred securely in a fragmented healthcare system.
Okay, all of this sounds pretty promising. Have you started to look into any potential partnerships or collaborations?
We are currently holding conversations with a large health insurance company as well as a pharmacy benefits manager to leverage their distribution network and provide implantation services across national clinics. We are seeing a lot of interest in our idea and investments into this technology being adopted nationwide. So their support will be a bolster for our sales figures and market reach.
Well, in that case, why would you guys need us? That seems like a pretty crazy idea to me.
Well, you guys could actually help us in more ways than you could have imagined. Apart from your money, we would also like to tap into your connections and resources in terms of industry network and reach. Marianthi, you have worked with clients in the provider and the payer industry, and you also have great connections with the HHS employees. So you could potentially employ your great consulting skills to your clients to increase adoption. Aaron, we could also use your influence in the health insurance sector to negotiate great prices for reimbursement with the other providers.
As a proponent of all things privacy, my biggest concern with this scanner and chip would be not only the HIPAA implications, but the loss of personal privacy for users. How do you plan on avoiding pulling a Zuckerberg?
That's a very good question. Our coming of age biometric blockchain technology is pivotal to the operation of our chip and scanner. All of the medical information included on the chip is protected by an embedded, tamper-proof microchip technology that is integrated with our proprietary blockchain algorithm. This would enable non-invasive access to identification, medical information, and other critical data. Use of our advanced OmniChip technology means that the threat of theft, loss, duplication, or counterfeiting of data is substantially diminished or eliminated.
In regards to HIPAA violations, patients at enrollment sign a release form that allows any information gathered onto the chip to be shared with Huxley Corp. and all providers' systems in network. We do not sell data, nor do we have any connection with Cambridge Analytica.
You had me at blockchain. Would there be an opportunity to utilize the data collected in machine learning or in AI to predict real-time outcomes?
Sure. As you look at our 5-year projections, you can clearly see that our revenues look like David Mendez's exponential function.
Okay, so I guess it's time to get to it. Look, I don't understand your specific kind of crazy, but I admire your total commitment to it. However, I sense that my successor, Ben Carson, will be giving you a pretty difficult time with regulations, and I know he's decided to say no to all FAOs in the next fiscal year. Because of that, it's a no for me, so I'm out.
When you bring an idea that has no merit to me, and you ask me to comment on it, I'm going to tell you that it has no merit.
So, is that a no?
Congratulations on your ability to read between the lines. I'm out.
So as you guys know that I have an experience of successfully launching biotech products, and obviously I would be interested in your product as well, on the condition that I would invest $50 million in your company and you would give me 20% stake.
Wonderful.
Always choose attitude over experience. Always. Don't you dare undermine the power of your own instinct.
Eric, you realize this is a huge waste of money.
I'll give you $12 million and the support of the minority whip for a mere 32%. I can give you unlimited and unprecedented access to the government right now. Say the word and I'll be on my phone.
Well, Eric, you realize the House members have raised their prices, so joke's on you. It's going to cost you more than that.
Well, those were some very interesting offers. It looks like a lively conversation has broken out between the two founders. I wonder who they'll end up choosing. Hi, Thomas Yaros here with OmniChip. Do you struggle with filling out medical paperwork and don't understand how information is shared? Is your eyesight so bad that you can't read your insurance card? Can you not adult? OmniChip is here to help.
OmniChip made my life easier. Now when I'm at the doctor, I don't have to fill out any of that messy paperwork.
I've moved around a lot since graduating high school. It's always been a struggle to try and find doctors near me. Recently, I sliced my finger open while cutting an avocado. With OmniChip, I feel safe and comfortable knowing that my medical records will always travel with me, even when I can't even.
OmniChip, making healthcare easier for you. Ask your healthcare provider about it today. Call now and receive a special introductory offer for just $169.95. That's just 6 easy payments of $28,325. And call in the next 10 minutes and receive a free tote bag as our gift. Call now.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older, then we wouldn't have to wait so long? And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong? No one's gonna make it that much better.
Now that we're back, Huxley Corp has had a few minutes to consider offers. Let's see what they pick.
We'll take Shivani's offer.
You're missing out. If you ever encounter any red tape, I'll lend my services for a mere 8%.
Thank you for joining us this week on Shark Tank. Join us next week when Mike Henry enters the tank to pitch his idea that will revolutionize school-based health.